And welcome, everybody. My name is Dr. Angel Acosta. Just excited to be here with my colleague, Darlene Cordero, as part of the capacity building in times of change theme that we're exploring for the International Healing Centered Education Conference. Sister Darlene, how are you? How are you?
I am so good, and I'm so happy to be here with you. It's an honor, truly.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. What a year it's been for you.
Hmm.
You've been on a healing journey, and also one of the big reasons why I wanted to interview was to celebrate the birth of your first book.
Thank you.
This is where we would have like Funk
Dun,
Master
dun,
would
dun,
play.
dun. Yay.
Just like, yeah. Feliz
Thank you.
cumpleaños, feliz cumple.
Gracias,
How
gracias.
does
It
it
is
how
such
does
a
it
fun.
feel?
It literally is like giving birth for any of you that have given birth. It is such a beautiful process to write, to express yourself in this form, in this medium, and then for it to go out to the world is
Hmm.
just in itself many calls with my therapist. A lot of things that come up during that time, but I'm so grateful, and just the feedback has been just overwhelming. And I'm so excited to be able to talk about it and celebrate it, because I think that's something that
Hmm.
we tend to like get into. We did it, and then we're like, okay, well, what's next? I want to like sit and
Hmm.
bask in it for a while. So I'm really,
Hmm.
really enjoying having this book out, and enjoying the process of celebration also of accomplishment.
Yeah. Show me the baby.
Oh, okay. Here's the book. It's called The
Ah,
Healer's Playbook. It's The Healer's Playbook, empowering wellness entrepreneurs.
so
So,
let's
um,
jump into it. Tell me what's the book about? How does it? Yeah, tell me.
I really wanted to write something that felt genuine to the experience that I've had working with
Hmm.
wellness brands like Deepak Chopra's company, Chopra Global, Jay Shetty's life coaching school, a lot of these like big names in the world, and also all of the educators within those organizations that
Hmm.
sometimes don't get the love and the guidance that is needed when you are in service to these to global communities. And so, what this book is my love letter to the healer, the practitioner, the educator, to have a place where they can go back to reflect on why they started on this journey, and how
Hmm.
that can lead them and guide them as they think about marketing and partnerships, and how to show up for themselves in that capacity of marketing themselves, which at times can become is so difficult and not an easy task for so many. So
Hmm.
it is a love letter, and it is a guide that can be used not just once, but many times in this journey of wellness entrepreneurship.
Mm. Yeah, and as you talk about capacity, it sounds and it feels like because already, people who are in the wellness space and who are doing healing centered work, like they're doing just so much, to provide
So
for the
much.
community with somatic practices, meditations, retreats, courses, all the things, right? And then just I'm really grateful. So in a way, like the book is a resource for capacity building. Like what does it
Hmm.
mean to really think about the entrepreneurial infrastructure
Hmm.
um, and that's required so that your ideas and your work can expand.
Exactly, exactly. I think that that's all of the hats, right? What you're saying is like
Hmm.
all of these roles that the practitioner also has to take on
Hmm.
as, the operator, the marketer, and it becomes like a lot of like comparison. And I've had a lot of experience with, clients and friends in this space where they look side to one side or the other and be like, okay, people are doing this, let me go do that. Oh, people are on this platform, let me go do that, instead of going inward of like,
Hmm.
what is it that I know that I can share, and in which capacity, or like what ways can I share myself? So am I best by writing right? Does my community, is that very much something that comes very natural to me and I feel inspired when I do that? Or
Hmm.
is it easier for me to like get on a camera? Or, or am I on a big stage? Like we
Hmm.
actually have so much intel about our business ways of like how we best work internally with the
Hmm.
same techniques, the same mindfulness that we use
Hmm.
for the work that we do with our clients and for ourselves and our spirituality as
Hmm.
the healing art of this isn't healing art,
Hmm.
using that as a way to also understand and kind of guide your business as well. So
Mm.
not pushing
Hmm.
the stereotypes of like get rich or like all these things that we're seeing
Hmm.
on TV, and I'm
Hmm.
saying TV because it's now internet. On the internet we're seeing, and so it is all about you and
Hmm.
about you getting clear about what you're here to create, right? That
Hmm.
being the guiding North Star, and then using your gifts and the people around you, right? Those people that are
Hmm.
your supporters to really support everything you do from that grounded and inner knowing space,
Hmm.
and letting the distractions kind of just be an observation of them. Oh, that's interesting. They're
Hmm.
doing that. Oh, that's interesting. How would that make me feel? Right. Just like a lot of, and so the book has so many prompts and so many like
Hmm.
writing. It's a lot of writing.
Hmm.
I'm very inspired by The Artist's Way, which changed my life, that book,
Yes.
and
Hmm.
just kind of exploring what creativity is. And so this book is really all about that, guided through the steps that I've done with my mentorship and my community of, getting grounded, understanding your why, a lot of those basic things that we know and we've heard, but
Hmm.
really
Hmm.
in the language that is specific to the practitioner, the teacher, the healer. So
Hmm.
that's the book.
Yeah. I'm also kind of thinking that it would be interesting to have folks who are not like in the wellness or healing space or
Hmm.
entrepreneurs reading it to see what they get from it,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
there may be some insights for
Yeah.
them.
No, I've gotten some people that have bought it and told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because it is global. It is something that crosses industries because
Hmm.
at the core, no matter where you are in your journey in your business, if you're in banking and a CPG brand and like, higher education, we're always as humans being like, is this my purpose? Is this what
Hmm.
I'm supposed to be doing?
Hmm.
And I think that I had an old colleague of mine at a huge like CPG brand going through a shift in her career, and she read the book and she goes, "Oh my God, it's helping me like understand what I'm supposed to be doing." So it is.
Hmm.
It doesn't only have to be for people in the industry, but I wanted to create something specific for this industry. But
Hmm.
yeah, it could be helpful for anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Mhm.
thank you for the work, sister.
Yeah,
I wanted
thank
to
you.
spend the remainder of our time just thinking about, you know, I've been learning a lot about capacity building through these interviews with
Mhm.
folks, and are excited for the live conference to just have more conversation. You have, as you mentioned, working for Deepak and Jay Shetty's team, and just the many other entities that you've worked for, your own business as well, and all the retreats you've worked on, the things that have happened internally for you, but also like with your family as well. Like life is just real, as you're navigating it. So I'm really curious about, after writing the book and after, just where you are right now in your life, what do you have to say about capacity building? I'm sure the book is literally an embodiment of that. But is there anything else that that would be good for listeners to know
Yeah.
in regards to your perspective there?
Yeah, I think when I think about capacity building, I think about the thing that drives me is that creativity, right? And then being able to come from that place, and then my
Hmm.
capacity in many ways like grows and
Hmm.
expands because I am in that creativity.
Hmm.
I think that when we do what we do, And we do it from that place, not because we have to, or because there are real life, responsibilities that we have.
Mm-hmm.
But having the capacity to create. I've been
Mm,
saying this for me has been in my healing journey has felt very divine. When I am in
mm-hmm.
creativity and I am in creation, I feel connected
Mm,
when I'm really leaning into what the things I'm supposed to be doing that feel very in alignment. So I think that that is like a piece for me that's really powerful, which is
mm-hmm.
really creating that space to create from what
Mm-hmm.
I need to do while I'm here on this earth. That's
Mm,
kind of like where I am. And the second thing is I think about rest
mm-hmm.
and divine rest and
Mm-hmm.
how important it is for us to have capacity and being able to create that space for us. And I know this is something you teach and, evangelize about, which is
Mm-hmm.
rest and slowness. And I'm a New Yorker that now lives in California, but thank you to the space that I'm here, it's very conducive to
Mm-hmm.
that. But I've slowed down very
Mm,
much. And that's
mm-hmm.
created so much more capacity for me and mentally, physically, emotionally to be able to then create from that space of rest and divine rest specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
there's something that happens when you're resting and in that
Mm-hmm.
space of not feeling guilty for the rest and not feeling,
Mm-hmm.
the burden of our ancestors in that rest
Mm-hmm.
and being
Mm-hmm.
able to smile at them and go, this is how we do it, this
Yeah.
is how we do it. So yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. So one thing that I get from what you're saying is that there's kind of like this really interesting, ever expanding opportunity when you create space to create, it creates more space
Hmm.
to create and creates more space to create. And in staying true to that, you create more capacity. You
Yep.
build your capacity
Yep.
because whatever creativity you're deploying is you in like your element, whatever
Mm.
that is. And
Hmm.
so I appreciate you kind of highlighting that, and then also
Yeah.
the rest
Yeah. It fuels each
around.
other when you're explaining that. It feels like it
Mm-hmm.
fuels each other. It's
Mm-hmm.
replenishing, because when we think about how people say like I can't give from an empty cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like what's happening within that? Why is that cup empty? Like
Mm-hmm.
what has not been, and I don't like the has or hasn't been terminology, but what are the things in which we haven't been potentially like replenishing ourselves in
Mm-hmm.
ways? And I think that thank I am so grateful for the diagnosis I have in my health because it
Mm-hmm.
has created such an awareness for me of the importance of divine rest and replenishment. So my
Mm-hmm.
energy so that I can keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see, sis, you're looking radiant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's
I'm
amazing.
trying to think about just one last closing
Yeah.
question to invite you to answer, just with some last remarks. I'm just kind of really give me just 2 seconds, because I want this question to really be about you. As we close out this conversation, and you share any last thoughts from my vantage point, watching your journey, both not just of the book, but just of the last couple of years. You know, could you share a little bit about what you learned about setting boundaries
Mhm.
and just any last thoughts that you think are important?
Yeah. I feel like I grew up in a perpetual line boundary crossing culture.
For real.
Um, and I think that again, the lessons I think the biggest thing that I want to leave everybody with is that it sounds cheesy and things that we say, but the reality is everything's happening for us. no matter
Mm-hmm.
what it is, the matter the pain, the suffering, the grief that we're experiencing, the joy, it's all of it. It's all of it as
Mm-hmm.
part of our experience on this earth, our souls,
Mm-hmm.
and what we're here to do and create. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I think about, the boundaries, I like to call it space.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to like the theory of like space between people, situations,
Mm-hmm.
and with that space, when I use that word, it feels a lot more not restrictive, and there's a place for it to move and shift.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a lot of that. And a lot changes when things are happening and you come from that place of this is not forever. This is a potential temporary space that I need to
Mm-hmm.
create with someone. So I
Mm-hmm.
can take care of myself and it feels less harmful for me, those
Mm-hmm.
words. And so I've been in that place of creating that space with people as things have come up in my journey the past few years with my health, with my life, and how much it's shifted. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to invite everyone to, as things happen in our lives that, maybe we didn't have planned, but it
Mm-hmm.
is our new reality. And your new reality is to like get softer, create more
Mm-hmm.
space and
Mm-hmm.
be gentle with yourselves and everyone else around you. You will be much happier in whatever
Mm-hmm.
circumstance you're in. And I truly, I get goosebumps about it because it's um, the softer, kinder, more understanding I become, the more things are more easeful in my life, no matter the doctor's appointments, the conversations, whatever they're saying, it doesn't hit me because I'm,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a calm emotional space. And I think that that's
Mm-hmm.
something that we lose in this world. There's all this news on TV and TV and radio and like whatever in the media, and you're just like this up and down. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where all the boundaries and all of the emotions get all confused. And
Mm-hmm.
then we then react from those spaces. So like it's a lot of practice. It's an ongoing practice. So
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Darlene. Congratulations on the book. I encourage
thank you.
everyone to
Thank
get a
you.
copy and just thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. I'm so honored and thank you for all of the important work you're doing. I'm always in
Mm-hmm.
amazement and thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Thank you for creating this space.
Of course, of course.